would like to once again seize this golden opportunity on behalf of the National Organizing Committee and the Armed and Security Services of the Republic of the Gambia to congratulate each and every one of us out here and outside on a journey that took us 60 years, which we are celebrating here at the Makati Square in Banjul. Without further ado, permit me at this juncture to invite the parade commander to continue or to commence proceedings with the march past. Parade commander. The parade commander will now invite His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, His Excellency President Adam Barrow, to inspect the forces on parade. Thank you.
jëf bi dafa mel daal implementation problème la xaw ma fu mu nekkee problème waaye tamit président Barrow dafa jot ñu bëree bëri jàppale ko rawatina ñi nga xam ne ñoom la fal parce que xam nga askan wi lu mën a xew ñoom président bi la ñoo blame parce que président bi ñoom lañ élect ñi ci des président bi moo leen tànn askan wi falul leen waaye ñoo fal ki leen fal léegi nag ñoom kuñ mën a wax mooy mu ngi mel ni su ma ñëwee dénk monsieur Niang sama mbir ma ne ko Niang téyel ma lii ma dem ñëw ne ko ana sama mbir mu ne ma Amadou de laa ko joxaatoon bi mu téyel ma ko man aw ma benn sañ-sañ wax la dara ndax man Niang laa dénkoon absolument waaw kay moo tax askan wi always ki nga xam ne mooy président bi moom la ñoo blame duñu mën a blame ñi nga xam ne ñooy ministres yi because of ñoom nekkul ñoo appoint ministres yi ok di nga mën a gis ne waaw ministre bi deful li mu war a def waaye boo demee ba nga ku deful li mu war a def li ñu ko war a def bu ñu ko deful kan moo ko war a def léegi yow ki nga war a blame mooy ki ko def loolu la
loolu affaire la lu interesting la
def yaa ngi fa de
anyway
Amadou, ni corruption of Beko, if a President Barrow Masakunda, a corruption of from day one, about 2016 to 2025. Ya remember ya be la nyoka million solid ka membe allegate ko Kinyatale. Ina jibe almost on a moment de yes samba komis iko. Ya wala samba kidyo because of corruption. Is Dr. Banjang and the former minister. Wala da mala. But not on coming President Barrow lot of corruption ola. I corruption of kele. Then Namre Gambia will change to another level. Because corruption of kodo minkapo. Kodi ballo wood warol sera Gambia ne kodi ba ko mo ka fara ko akam to ko ko na no sala ya ko ko kata de ko president Barrow ala masakunda nya jibi ate ko do minta ala siwato kono ani jamme ni jawara minta o siara so ka jor ko mo ka fara ko ka kasara den ngamira ba ko na sambala rob ni ne to wala min
Excellencies, distinguished
a very serious issue very serious action on this corruption issue.
Next we shall have the march past of the security forces on parade. I just want to make a few housekeeping, an announcement on a few housekeeping rules. You may recall that the color party has two officers with flags. One, the national flag, that is the red, white, blue, white, green. And then the other officer has the Gambia Armed Forces flag. You may also recall that the president, during his inspection, when he reached the national flag, he had to pause for a moment and compliment or pay compliment to the national colors. Now, as they march past each and every one of us, it is expected that members of the security services in uniform shall all rise, as well as civilians, to pay compliment to the national flag. Thank you.
The Gambia Prison Services main detachment led by Superintendent Usman S. Kamara, assisted by S. Baji. Gambia Prison Service female detachment is led by Superintendent Tida Kute and assisted by ASP Nima Bojang and ASP Adama Baji. The Gambia Fire and Rescue Services female detachment is led by Assistant Divisional Fire Officer Jara Fofana, assisted by Station Officer Bintu Tamba and Station Officer Fantanjai. And here comes the Gambia Fire Rescue Services male detachment, led by Divisional Fire Officer Habibu Sao, assisted by Station Officer Abdul Ejon and Station Officer Ibrahim Kamara. And the Gambia Revenue Authority male detachment is led by Senior Collector Lamin Bari, assisted by Collector Ismaila Jawara and Collector Paul George Valentine. And their female detachment is led by Senior Collector Aminata Jaju and Collector Yafatulu and Collector Aisatu Jaju. The Parade RSM 001 Jamme Esa and Conducting Warrant Officer 002 Keta Abdullahi, assisted by 002 Jamme Buba. And as announced before, the bandmaster is Captain Mahmoudou Koli, and the drum major is Sergeant Dongo Basiru, and who is also ably assisted by Kopul Njai Aisatu. Your Excellencies, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we see the troops march gallantly on parade, this shows unison, it shows discipline, it shows comportment, readiness to duty and sacrifice to the nation as we celebrate the Diamond Jubilee. On many peacekeeping missions and the international missions worldwide, in both the United Nations and the African Union, where they serve as the headquarters company that is responsible for all functions of drill and duties. Drill is a measure of the discipline of a soldier. Shall we rise as the color party passes for us to pay compliments to the colors? Shall we rise for the colors? All those in uniform are expected to salute. skillfully and vigilantly following behind the bridge. And in a short while we shall see to witness brave marching in brave order.
Excellencies, distinguished invited, ladies and gentlemen. Next we shall witness a display whereby the forces on parade will be inscribed to do with this Diamond Jubilee. We would crave the indulgence of the media houses with the drones so that they can get us very good aerial footage, because the letters that they will be composing can only be visible from the air. Thank you.
Well done, my Jets! Well done, my Jets!
So now the troops will dispatch and each will go to a position, and by the time they are ready with their movements, from an aerial vantage point, they will be forming some letters, which I will leave for the media houses to help us decipher. Thank you. Letters will be read from left to right. So you read the numbers from green down to GRA. From top. That's 1965. Dash 2025. So from aerially, His Excellency. So from top, if you read from the green, that is the National Army, down to the GRA, the aerial footage will show us the figure 1965-2025. They will now take us to the next stage. They will disperse again and form another combination of letters and figures. design? Or is it a color? A letter? Or a figure? There we go. This one will be from towards the pavilion, coming down to the presidential side. So you read from that, up, down. So they are bringing out something from their pockets. Well, it seems like those at the top there have what? Red color. Those here are to the bottom. I see green. It's a red, white, blue, white, green. That's the Gambia flag there. Well done, Parade Commander. Now they will go back to the left up, all to rise, and those in uniform to pay compliments by saluting. I thank you all for your kind attention. Parade Commander. Next, we shall have the three chairs for His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. Next, we shall have the national anthem. We shall all rise to pay compliment before. National anthem. Next, the tank commander will march forward to seek his. Once again, on behalf of the National Organizing Committee, we would like to thank you most profoundly. And we hope
are celebrating with us, and some in our embassies around the world are also celebrating. However, distinguished guests, boys and girls, today is historic because our friends from the Turkey military are also here to do a performance that is by the Ottoman Mehva. Today's parade will also be followed later in the day by the Inter-Regional Athletics Championship for the Lower Basic School, which will take place at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. Before we continue, we also remind you that later in the evening, there will be a wrestling contest in these very grounds. So come and see what will be displayed this evening. Also, for music lovers and to see how music is evolving in our country, you cannot miss the musical jamboree that will take place this evening at the Arch 22. So it's a whole day's program, and also most part of the night will be part of the celebration. On the theme, self-reliance, is a concept of hard work, and whatever support comes will be to complement what you are doing as citizens. Any country that has developed, that development is led by the citizens of the country. Therefore, after 60 years, we Gambians are more determined as ever, like our 18 forefathers and the mother, Rachel Palmer, the only female among them, who negotiated our independence and self-rule in 1961 and 1964, respectively. Distinguished guests, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this colorful parade here today will be a memory one for many of us. The young and the old are recalling, especially those of us who witnessed the earlier march past when we were younger, when the Gambia took over from British colonial rule. It is memorable, emotional, and it's very touching. However, at the end of the day, we must move on by working hard to be more sustainable with our national development efforts, and also to ensure that we strive harder to make sure this country develops further. Today's march past, mbokk yi ñu nuyu leen di leen sargal di leen wax ne teg bés bu maagal ne juróom-benn fukki at di ko maagal